Let me explain something, how technology and these gig apps have totally kind of fucked us out here. It's because Instacart, Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber, Postmates, all this kind of stuff used to be a guy that would get a printout of 100 flyers and he'd go door to door, or he'd go and actually go all around his community and he'd find his own customers for a day-to-day work routine. And so they'd call him up and they'd be like, hey, you got time? You want to pick me up some McDonald's, or you want to pick me up some KFC? I'll give you $20. Back then, there wasn't this middleman in between what we could do for ourselves for income and money, versus now we have this third party that's claiming that you're self-employed. You're like what do they call it? A subcontractor, and they hide everything in the wordage in there to like completely cover themselves, to where how are you actually self-employed when you're actually employed by a system? Do you see what I mean? To me, that's a degradative thing to even try and suggest to the American people that that's a legitimate way to kind of cover their own asses. Because in all honesty, what I believe would be a true business is, like this going on, but people can collect their own customers and they can keep their own customers somehow. Do you see what I'm saying? Because what the value that's taken away from us is all of the middle ground that's between us and our customer base. And then on top of it, one of the biggest things that actually gets to me about it is the fact that the income level, not only just the income level that people could make being truly entrepreneurial in that manner, they'd make a whole lot more money, I believe. And the part that really kind of gets at me with that is that these applications are kind of taking away the moral ability or the moral uprightness of a customer getting orders. Because now what you see, instead of someone being really thankful, like, oh my gosh, you just saved me an hour and a half, I didn't have to do this, that, and the other to go get the groceries and shop the order. You literally just saved me like 4 hours. Hold on, I'm gonna go give you extra money, and you'd get extra money. Nowadays, it takes away that kind of moral uprightness, because it kind of places people to be playing games with you and your life. Because gratuity, people out here are not as grateful as they used to be for services like this. So nowadays you have people that are just like, let's see if we can get away with the bare minimum. And then when we can't get away with the bare minimum, let's just be really stingy, shall we? And consider that a gratuity for a service. And so it kind of removes the barrier between what I kind of feel is a moral uprightness in people versus now these apps are in between people. You know what I mean? And I don't think that that's a good thing. I don't think that it's a good thing to have more technology in between communication, in between our ability to make money, and in between our services and what we otherwise provide for each other. Do you see what I'm saying? Otherwise, we're letting third-party countries or third-party apps from other countries, mind you, run our ability to make money. And then in that, I highly disagree there that it's self-employment, because Um, I don't know. I just think there's too much hidden there in taxation, inflation, and just legitimately the theft of our actual abilities there. I hope someone understands what I'm saying there. Don't take me wrong. I think people should still struggle and strive to make the best out of what is. But I'm just putting it out there as like a fact that these apps and these third-party procedures that are going on in between our availability and our not our availability to work, but our drive to work, and that can kind of be taken. It can kind of be taken and made into like how would you say it? Like a utopian type of internet control, per se. And that's what I fear about all of these things, is because with the dollar going down to zero, them wanting to implement digital cash, that's going to take away legitimately your ability to save money, because every single transaction is going to come with the hidden fee attached to it. So that $50 that you're transferring between people doesn't stay that solid $50. After so many transactions and after so many, after so many transactions, that $50 goes all back to the bank if it's digital currency. So I just wanted to put that into perspective, because not only will there be inflation, AI taking over jobs, but then there will also be the fact that your own dollar in a digital form is depleting you without you ever really being aware of it. So I don't know. I just think that we're up shit's creek without anywhere to really go, because technology and all of this stuff is actually really hurting us.